Alright, it's Henry again, and this is my work in progress video for the 1 to 100 scale real type Zaku 2. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do 1 or 2 work in progress videos, I hadn't decided yet, but either way, this is the first one. So here I've got the Zaku just sort of, some of the parts are cemented together, like the feet and the forearms and stuff, and then some parts are just held together by masking tape. But anyway, this is what it looks like straight out of the box. I am going to be doing some modifications to this kit, because straight out of the box it's got that nice retro look, but at the same time it's kind of derpy looking, so I'm going to do a few little things to it to make it look better. Right off the bat, decals, I don't have to worry about that because it comes with a very, very nice sheet of waterslide decals, so those are covered. First modification I'm going to do is the energy cables. They're just sort of solid pieces of plastic and don't really look all that great, so I got some metal pipe segments. I believe I've got enough for all of the energy cables. And these are nice because it's like a complete little pack. You get the metal pipe segments and you also get a wire and a spring. So you've got everything you need right here to go in them. So I'll just put those into the legs and around the torso and up around the head. Let's see, next are the hands. While the hands are very retro looking, and one thing that always bugs me about hands, even on like newer kits like HGUC kits, is Bandai has a tendency to give us just a fist with a hole in it, and I really don't like that, even on newer kits like I said. So I found these, and these are actually resin hands. It's called 80s Power Hand by a company called Brickworks. And they're specifically made for these old school 80s kits. As you can see, they're very round, bubbly looking fingers. And they actually are sculpted very, very nicely. So I'm going to be using these on the Zaku here. And they come in 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large. The medium ones are pretty darn close to 1 to 100th scale. In fact, here's the trigger finger hand. As you can see, about the same size there. So I'll be using those. Let's see. As far as joint modifications go, I'm not really going to be doing much of anything. The only thing I'm really going to modify with the joints is here in the hips. His thighs are a little bit too thick. He's got the ability for some rotation and for his legs to spread out, but I'm going to have to sand down those thighs so he can have a little bit more hip mobility. And also the feet aren't really perfectly flat on the ground, so I'm probably going to angle this black part on the bottom of the foot out just a little bit so it can actually be flat on the ground, and just fill in the gap with some putty or claw plate or something. Now, one last modification I'm going to do is something I haven't attempted before. I'm going to install an LED in the mono eye. Now, I've done LEDs like pre-assembled things on perfect grades and like the master grades that come with LED units, but this will be my first time actually installing an LED from scratch. So I've got a box here of some batteries and battery boxes and some LEDs and little switches, and I've already done a little test run here, just hooking up the LED to the battery and the switch, and flip it on, and there you go. It's actually the perfect shade of pink for a Xeon mono eye, so that was really nice. It's just a 5mm flathead LED, and luckily the circle shaped recession there for the mono eye is 5mm exactly, so the LED should fit in there perfectly. And I'm thinking what I'll do for the switch is I'll probably make the backpack removable, just like put in a peg or something, so I can just take the backpack off, and then there will be a little switch up under there, and I can just switch to turn the LED on and off, and then put the backpack back on. Alright, so I believe that covers all the modifications I plan on doing with this guy, and next I'll get to work on those, show it off with the modifications, and then paint it, and then get this guy reviewed. Alright, so all of the modifications that I'm going to do on the Zaku are finally done. As you can see, I've done the little metal pipe segments for the legs and around the torso and on the head there. The head was kind of a interesting challenge, just the way it was constructed. I basically took the inside part of the head, and I'm just going to end up gluing the top helmet part on. It's all hollow in there once everything is painted. Inside is all the wiring for the LED. As you can see, I got the LED running down through the neck there. The backpack is actually removable. You move that down, and there's a teeny tiny little switch right there to turn the LED on and off. Put that guy back in place. And there is a little bit of rotation there. Not a whole lot. Of course, it didn't really have a whole lot of rotation to begin with. So, yeah, and the pink LED looks good, and I think it turned out really well. The legs, I didn't end up modifying the feet. It just didn't seem all that worth it for the amount of work I was going to have to do, so I didn't modify the feet like I was originally planning to. I did sand down quite a bit on the thighs here to give them a bit more rotation so they weren't scratching up against the skirt armor so much. And put him over there. Got the resin hands, which look pretty darn good. Let's see if I can focus on these. Maybe not. Cameras, there we go. Really, really nice looking hands. I'm really glad I bought these things, because they're very, very good. And I ended up just having to take a piece of plastic rod and using the same diameter that fit the wrist, and there you go. Also got a trigger finger hand and another closed fist. The only real other modification I did was I cut out some detail on the bottom of the shield. Originally this was just plain flat piece of plastic, and I'm going to paint this black or gray or something and then glue it up under there, and then cement that to the inside of the shield. So, I guess that about does it for this portion, the construction portion of the work in progress video. And now all that's left to do is get this guy painted, panel lined, and decaled. Alright, and after it's all said and done, the old kit real-type Zaku is finally finished. Took a bit longer than I originally intended, but he is now done. Kinda at the last minute, I decided to do a little bit of weathering on this guy. The paint job didn't come out quite as nice as I liked, so I kind of figured I'd spruce it up by doing a little bit of weathering. Basically just went over the kit with a kind of a brown and black enamel wash, and then added a little bit of chipping here and there. Did some pastels around the feet, although the top coat sort of not eliminated the pastels, but really toned them down. You can barely even tell it's there at all now. Anyway, so the decals turned out nice, no silvering, thanks to Mr. Mark Setter and Mr. Mark Softer. The metal pipe segments look very, very nice, although I will admit they were a pain in the butt to install. And the shop that I ordered these metal pipe segments from actually sent me the wrong ones. The ones they sent me had little panel lines going around them, and I wanted plain pipe segments, so instead of ordering new ones and waiting even longer to finish this kit, I puttied and sanded each individual pipe segment, and let me tell you, that was a huge pain in the ass. But you know, panel line's gone, so I've got the pipe segments I wanted. I just wish they had sent me the ones I asked for in the first place. So the LED mono eye looks nice, very nice shade of pink. What else? I think that's about it. The resin hands turned out looking quite nice. So I'm actually really happy with the way this guy has turned out. So that about does it for this work in progress video, and you guys can now look forward to the review. So with that, I'll see you guys next time.